So here we are again, another workshop build. For those of you who've been following me for a while, you know I've kind of been moving around a bunch. I was initially in this small garden shed creating projects, and then we moved and I got a much bigger garage space. That was a one-car garage technically, but it definitely had bonus room and a lot of square footage, so that was really nice and very spacious to work in. But just due not to being really happy in the area we were living, we decided to pack up everything and move to a new place yet again. We just finished moving in the house. Our new space has a much smaller one-car garage, which is what I'm in right now. And I want to turn this space into a nice little shop space that I can work on my woodworking projects and other DIY projects. But it is kind of a disaster zone right now. During the move, we just threw everything in here that wasn't going in the house. So before I jump into the actual shop build, I need to do a ton of organization today and just getting rid of that stuff that we no longer need. I am excited though. I think this space is really nice, even though it's not quite as big as the previous space I was working in. And I think with some clever organizational systems and some strategic laying out of the different tools and things that I'll have in here, it'll be a really nice shop to work out of. As I mentioned, this new garage I have to build out my shop and work in is decently smaller than the garage workshop I previously had, but I was pretty confident I could make it work. On moving day, the large black rack had been set up with all of our large storage bins for our camping gear and such. So luckily I didn't have to deal with that, but pretty much everything else was still in boxes or stacked in unorganized piles. So first order of business was sorting and organizing all of that stuff. Augie's keeping guard. The owner or previous tenant had built a large heavy-duty workbench with shelves that took up most of the back wall. It's always nice to have more surfaces to work on and storage options, so that was definitely a pleasant surprise. Plus, I even got a bonus handsaw that had been left behind. The garage also had a high ceiling that the previous owner had turned into a little attic storage area, which would definitely help with the space issue. And still so much to do, but it's actually starting to clear out and look like we have some space to work with. But before we go any further, I want to talk about this video's sponsor, Agency by Curology. Agency provides personalized prescription skincare made for you by a dermatology provider to help you take care of your skin more effectively and efficiently. You start by filling out a simple questionnaire and providing some images of the front and side of your face. Then a dermatology provider will assess the information you shared and make custom RX product suggestions for you. Using high quality skincare is really important to me. I deal with some dryness, redness, and then I also have some acne scars on my cheeks, which is why I love Agency, because I can get something personalized to address my specific skin concerns. I've been using Agency products for 6 months and I really enjoy my personalized Future formula. It's been really helping with my goal to reduce redness, and it's helped fade the acne scars on my cheeks. I also use Agency's Cream Oil Cleanser and Weightless Whipped Moisturizer daily, and I've become very obsessed with their 50 SPF Mineral Silkscreen. If I know I'm going to be outside for a good portion of the day, it's my go-to sunscreen. If you want to try out Agency for yourself, they have a test box that is $14.95 plus free shipping, and you can check them out using the link in my description. Now I'm sweating. It's actually a pretty hot day here, even though technically we're in fall, but it's California, so I feel like fall is sometimes even hotter than summer around here. The lighting is all done. I just want to have a lot of options when it comes to different lighting scenarios in here, since I do filming, and if I'm working on something in one corner of the garage, I want to make sure I can really see things clearly. So the lighting might seem overkill, but I also already had these lights from my previous larger shop, so I might as well reuse them and just have more options, right? There were tire tracks all over the wall. I honestly am confused how even some of them got up there, but yeah, this is the state it was in. Okay, I'm back in the shop today and I'm gonna be cleaning off this wall. Initially, I was thinking I might just paint the whole thing over again, a fresh coat of white paint, but I think I'm just gonna clean it with these little magic eraser guys. I do want it to look a little nicer just because it bothers me, but at the end of the day, this is a garage, it doesn't need to be perfect. Cleaning this wall was a serious arm workout, but I found the Karate Kid wax on, wax off method with the magic eraser in one hand and a paper towel in the other to ultimately work pretty well. I also patched up some of the smaller holes in the wall with some white spackling. It blended in pretty seamlessly, and the wall was looking so much better when I was done. Once the pegboard was set up, I decided to mount a power strip underneath it so that it'd be out of the way when I was working on something on the workbench, but easily accessible. All right, not gonna lie, it's been about a week since I've been here working on the workshop. Life has been really busy, work has been really busy, but I am gonna work really hard today and tomorrow to just do that final push to get everything done. Between this move and just other stuff that's been going on in life, it feels like it's been so long since I've tackled a woodworking or other big project. I guess I did paint my bike, but beyond that, it's been a while. But I'm ready to get this space set up so that I can actually start working on some new projects. I was so happy I decided to put all of my tool stands and my workbench on wheels, and I was really happy that I had built them with this modular style latch attachment system in place, as that would make the smaller space a lot more versatile. I had built a French cleat system for my old setup and was able to pretty easily set it back up in this space, securing it with screws to the wall studs. I realized about halfway through attaching it that the section I'd put on the bottom was actually meant to be on the top, but I actually decided to keep it as is because the gap in the middle would allow me to put my larger cleat attachments that I usually access the most in the center without blocking the other cleats. Then it was time to play some French cleat Tetris. I don't think this is going to be its final resting spot. This pile of wood over here needs to be organized because I actually think that would be a better spot to store this because of its weird jutting out shape. But I'm going to put it over here for now, same with this one, and then organize the wood. And hopefully that will give me a better sense of where both of those larger power tools should sit. Previously, I had used this large white tarp as a divider to keep a side area of the old garage as sawdust free as possible. It had honestly worked pretty well, so I decided to repurpose it here along with some magnets as a sawdust seal for the large attic opening in the center of the ceiling. There's my little sealed attic solution, a piece of tarp held up with some screws and some magnets. And the idea is that I could push it out of the way on the magnet side, and it'll open up really easily, and then the screwed side obviously will keep it in place. But I think that is just going to be a good solution to keep too much dust from getting up there. There's little openings on the side of the floor of the attic space, but they're so small I'm not too worried about a ton of dust getting up there. It was just this one in the center. When I'm cutting things on the table saw and such, the dust is just going to float directly up, and I didn't really want it to start collecting in the attic and become a fire hazard. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good solution for now. I also got this little paper towel roll for my shop towels. The shop towels actually did not fit on it as snugly as I was hoping, but it gets the job done. I noticed this earlier and I totally forgot about it. The previous renters left me a nice little sticker. What a nice little housewarming present. I also got a brand new fire extinguisher and installed it right inside of the door. I also have a medic kit that I placed at the bottom shelf of the workbench, easily accessible, as it's always a good idea to keep that stuff on hand when you're working with tools that can be really dangerous. If I've learned anything from setting up multiple workshop spaces, it's that you'll never be fully finished. I'm sure this place will continue to evolve and change as I work on projects and find better ways of doing things, but for now, I'm pretty happy with how my little workshop space is looking. All right, all done, at least for now. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.